What's up, gamers? Welcome back to the Factorio base. I played for a bit earlier because I had a bit of time and I didn't want to set up a whole stream just for an hour. So I did it. Oh, thank you. Mining productivity. I did a few things. I finished up the great recycling garbage sorter and played around a bit to try and work out a bit more of a solid plan for what we're going to do here. Because, yeah. And I'm also recycling iron gear wheels. I've decided that 3,000 iron gear wheels is probably enough. So let's recycle the gear wheels into iron plates. I haven't recycled the cable into plates yet because a lot of the time you need the cable. I mean, I know you need a lot of gear wheels. Arguably you need more gear wheels than you need copper cable. And I also set up a bit of a rudimentary process, hand-fed mind you, hand-fed, over here, over this side, just so that we can get to the next step. I thought I'd do this off stream just so that, you know, didn't waste any time. So we're pumping the unlimited supply of heavy oil, making some lubricant, making some light oil, using ice to make water, and then we're using that water, some of the stone, and the holmium ore to make a whole bunch of the holmium plates, which is good, because we need to make electromagnetic plants, really. We're being gate-kept from progress by that, which is here. Kind of. Because we need to make supercapacitors. But we also need to make superconductors and electrolyte. Electrolyte's not too bad now that we've got the heavy oil. And I also found this humongous landmass here, which is also... There's a million scrap here. There's a patch here, but there is this juicy 18 million patch there. Let me walk over there and actually properly explore it. Try not to get struck by lightning on the way, of course, as is always very important. Try not to get struck by lightning. So very large landmass here, where we can actually maybe build something and not rely too much on shipping trains around. Because it should... I mean, shipping stuff around with trains should be okay. But... where possible, obviously I'd like to just have a lot of space to just do things. So the current plan is to just bring in the scrap by a train and then have like a big bus, I guess, on this landmass going up and down. Getting stuff sorted, I'm not sure. I mean, it would be very silly to use a train to bring this scrap from here to here, but it would definitely work. And let's also have a quick look and see. I did experiment. It's probably still on my clipboard. Yeah, I did experiment with radar power pole accumulator thing, and this works, but it doesn't work very well. The radar just uses far too much electricity, and you don't get enough lightning strikes to keep it up throughout the night. So it kind of works. It works for if you've got, like, if you're standing there in the middle of the night and you just don't want to get struck by lightning, you just plop this down and it will at least show you some stuff, but it's not brilliant. So those are the logistical challenges we're going to try and solve today. We've got to try and work out exactly how the hell we move all of this. Sorry, I'm just taking my cardigan off. Is it a cardigan? Don't know. It's not a shirt. It's not a jumper. Buttons up down the middle. What is that? It's too thin to be a cardigan, in my opinion. But it is made of... yeah. I mean, there's also this. If we're going to bring scrap in via a train, we may as well just bring in the scrap across this way and start processing it here. Processing it. We don't need to. We need to remember. All right. A good place to start would be actually working out what our goals are. And really, all we need is the ability to launch rockets and the ability to either make or send via space platform the science pack that you get. It's easy to electric weapon damage. Wow, didn't know that was a thing. It's easy to get a bit distracted and think like one has to build an entire now V-size base, when clearly that is not the case. You need to be able to launch a rocket so you can get yourself up and down and cargo up and down, and you need to be able to make the science pack. I don't know if you have to make the science pack here. Let's move so that we're not definitely going to die, because I've been struck by lightning once already. I would wager that you have to make the science pack on this planet, that it has a crafting requirement in the same way that to make it here. But let's be 100% sure of that before we start designing a whole factory to do that. Factoriopedia. It's this one. Electromagnetic science pack. Yeah. Crafting surface conditions, magnetic field 99%. So we have to make these on Fulgora. Accumulators are very easy to make. Here, you just need iron plates and you get batteries from the scrap. So let's just continue down the modest tech tree that we have here, and let's build a few of these bad boys. Steel plates, processing units, holmium plates, refined concrete. I've been hand feeding this refined concrete. It's not the best system in the world, but as far as I can tell, you only need refined concrete for mall type stuff on Fulgora. You don't need it consistently in the supply chain. You just need some to make these buildings and to make the elevated rails. So I didn't see any reason to just not handcraft this, but hand feed this just to get some. And then once we've got enough, and that can go. Okay, right, what did I just say? Foundries. Processing units. Let's try and make 4, shall we? So 200 processing units, 200 steel plates, 150 holmium plates, and 50... That's a lot of holmium. What is holmium? I don't know. Probably should look that up. Is it real? Is that a real element? Probably is. Two, three, 4. This recipe cannot be crafted by hand. Okay, good to know. Good to know. I handcrafted some speed modules as well, just to keep the whole hand feeding thing. Holmium, HO. Or Ho, that's hilarious. A rare earth metal of the lanthanoid series of the periodic table. It's a moderately hard, silvery white metal that is relatively stable in air. Atomic number 67. There we go. There we go, fact fans. Okay, the foundry. Sorry, the electromagnetic plant. Okay, they're 4x4, and they have to be used to make certain things. You can use them to make modules, which is good. Basically, you can just discharge defense. Basically, it looks like you can just use them to make everything electronic based. Although you can't use them to make electric engines or engines, but I suppose that makes sense. It's an electromagnetic plant. Okay. Okay. And they have a crafting speed of 2, and they have 5 module slots, don't they? Yeah. So, wowzers. Alright, so we need those to make... Superconductors can only be made in there, and and then supercapacitors can only be made in there. So let's... Superconductors need plastic. I was in two minds about how to get plastic, whether I was going to process... I was going to say whether I could process this into the light oil into petroleum and then make that into plastic, but that requires coal, and we don't have any coal. So really, we have to recycle red circuits, which doesn't sound like my favourite thing in the world to do. Is that really going to be the only way to get plastic? Recycling red circuits seems bad. I love red circuits. I'd rather just have thousands of them. You know? Oh, low density structures. We could dismantle low density structures. These would also give us 5 plastic bar and 20 copper plate. Maybe that's correct. So these need plastic and copper. The holmium plate, the light oil, that's all fine. The electrolytes, that is also kind of fine. We're going to need holmium solution done. And then supercapacitor is batteries, electronic plates, holmium plate, superconductor, and then the science pack itself. I think we're dismantling low density structures. I'm not seeing anything that particularly needs low density structures here. I mean, arguably seems worse to dismantle LDS than advanced circuits. Both of those builds often are your bottlenecks in a factory, to be fair. But if the low density structures are saying that they don't need to go into... we'll of course need them to make the rockets, but not many. Oh, and rocket fuel we can make with this solid fuel and light oil. We've got so much solid fuel, by the way. So much. Okay, alright. So let's make a start then. Let's make a start. What is the plan? What is the plan? I really do think I want to use this island. This scrap is very good. Even this will be a good start. There's 11 million there as well. So let's start with some actual proper big boy builds, shall we? And I guess the first one should be... Well, the first one should be sorting the scrap out. So let's build a whole bunch of electric mining drills, of which we need electronic circuits for, which I was... Again, hand feeding the plates and copper wire into this. So let's carry on doing that. 600 copper wire will get you 200 electronic circuits. So you need 200 iron plates for that. So let's make a few more of these so that we can then make a whole bunch of miners and belts and stuff like that. So yeah, more iron plates. Make sure to pick up the iron gear wheels. Try not to craft iron plates into iron gear wheels, because it's kind of a bit of a silly waste to recycle gear wheels into plates and then turn those plates back into gear wheels, because this only works 1 in 4 times. So for every 4 gear wheels you put in, you're only getting 2 iron plates back. So to then, yeah, doesn't really scale up, does it, that system? Let's just keep crafting these until you run out of stuff. Okay, good. Here, I'm just going to go here and unload it here. Like, this is a nice sort of shape, isn't it? Gonna need yellow belts in droves as well. Was that one iron plate, one iron gear wheel? Yeah, I know I should know that, but... $400. Let's make 400. No, let's not make quite that many. Because I want some undergrounds as well to go with that. I can just make the undergrounds afterwards, just keep some iron plates back on me. Oh my god, I can't believe we're back to handcrafting meta. And power poles are easy. Steel plates, iron sticks, copper cables. I've got loads of iron sticks on me because the ruins give you sticks. You can't get sticks from the scrap, but you get the sticks from destroying these ruins. But I got very bored of destroying the ruins because doing it either with the robots or doing it by hand was very laborious and not really giving me anything that I wasn't getting from this anyway, so... So the real challenge is going to be like automating processes via scrap when you don't necessarily need to use every bit of it, but I'm pretty confident we can work it out, and I'm pretty confident that Wube has balanced this ratio to basically be enough to give you what you want anyway, so here's hoping. Here's hoping that that works right. And I need some accumulators because I'm going to need a bit of a power supply over here, and then let's think about making some of this stuff. Rails, I'll make some rails. Two rails like this. Then you have it. Okay. And then we need some rails, some steel plates, some refined concrete to make the rail ramp, and then steel plate and refined concrete to make the support. And those are very easy to craft by hand once you need them. So we'll do that. 20 engine units, right, let's make some engine units just to get some trains, and wagons are easy. Wagons are very easy. It's the train that's the problem, because you need the engine unit, and we'll need some electric engine units to make the rocket silo. So we need steel plates is easy, iron gear wheels is easy, pipes is less easy but still quite easy. Whoa, don't do that. Don't do that. You are going to be engine units. You are going to be pipes. You're going to be a long-handed inserter, and then probably don't need a stack inserter for this. So, engine units, 20 to make a train. Let's make 100 engine units. So that is 100 steel plates, 100 iron gear wheels, 200 pipes. 200 pipes is 200 iron plates. Got those on me already. Whoops. There we go. And this, of course, will be a slow process, but that's fine. We're going to be here a while, not in any rush. Stations we can do very easily. Rail signals we don't necessarily need. As I say, we're just going to do a double-headed train, and probably again that's just going to run this scrap from here just to here, basically. So let's work out how much rail foundation and stuff we need. Let's take all of the refined concrete, all of the rails, and we need steel plate as well for that. So let's take some steel plate. You're finished with this. Let's also start on another batch of accumulators. Let's bring over 200 iron plates, 500 batteries. Let's bring over 400 iron plates and 1,000 batteries. You know, let's go absolutely mental. Batteries are... Getting them for free like this is insanely helpful. Okay, good. I'm already on 7 engine units, so that's already 7/20ths of a train. Good. Good stuff. So rails, I don't know how any of this works, so that's what we will discover. That's what we will discover together. Yeah, so what I was doing during my explorations was doing stuff like this, but it very quickly became tedious for the robots to do and to do by hand, and it was just giving me piles of scrap that I was just throwing into the miners anyway, so I'm just going to leave. If it's in my way, I'll leave it. I'll get rid of them, sorry, but other than that, I'll leave them. I'll leave them where they spawned in, much like trees, I guess. This stuff's worth doing. The holmium's worth doing. To a degree. Because the chances of you getting that from scrap is 1%, so that is, you know, a decent number of scrap operations done there. For free, so to speak. So this is a lot of scrap, but it's in a very tightly packed area. And I'm guessing stations have to be on ground level, because there's no ability to use elevated rails and you know, load a train stop at that height. So really we want to make this as long as possible in the most sensible place we can think of. That's going to have to do. So that's just one wagon of scrap. What do these stack to? 50. So that's 50 times 40. It's 2,000 scrap. That's alright. Okay, so I guess we need a rail ramp. So all of the... So the red hash bits are the bits that are not working, presumably because they're in the way of something, so... Okay, good. And then now that it's up there, we build the rails and then it spends the foundations automatically, if we have them. Yeah, so that can't work because it can't do the foundation on the other side. Good, alright, so let's make 4 foundations and just see how often we need to use it. I mean, as I say, it's only going here, but we have to build the elevated rails regardless. Oh, and they can't go in the deep either, so it's going to look really janky, which I'm a big fan of. I guess it's just going to pick the best way to go. And I've sort of blocked it in there. Yeah, that's why it did that. Okay, let's autocraft it. Can I have that back, please? Thank you. Let's just let the autocraft do what it wants, because clearly it's a bit of a headache. Nice, very cool. Why can I walk on the oil though? That's odd. That's lined up, I guess. That is acceptable. Yes, good. Alright. So this will kind of be good. Kind of, I suppose. So all we need to do is just bring scrap in and we can start. I don't like how even with the ghost it doesn't snap. It snaps when you're using a ghost train and the station exists. But if it's a ghost station, why would a ghost train not also snap to it? Train stops with the same name. Don't try and tell me about trains, Factorio. Who do you think you are? This isn't it. This is in an awkward place, isn't it? This can't refuel on this side either. Gonna have to make sure that this is long enough to refuel. It does need to refuel on this side. Just has to stop and come back. But whether this will actually load in here is another question. Should do. That's annoying. But only because that's how I like to feed my... Oh, God! Trash in the place. So cool. I love it. Absolutely love it. And we've got some accumulators on us. It's also good that you... like, because you can't even put the power poles on the oil. So like every little island you do has to have its own separate power network, which is really interesting. If it were me, which it wasn't, and thank God, to be honest with you, I would have like sat down and said, right, what do people never do in base game Factorio? What do they never do? They never do isolated power supplies. Let's force them to do isolated power supplies. What do they never do? They never do mixed belts of stuff. Well, they very rarely need to do mixed belts of stuff. Let's force them to do mixed belts of stuff, you know? Just find everywhere in that design space that just doesn't get utilised for whatever reason. And force them. Just force your players to have to do it now. Is this the best way to do this? Should I just use my old design? Probably fine, right? It's on red belts, but that's okay. I should have maybe thought about that a bit longer. You can right-click a deconstruction planner and it does the opposite, if you didn't know that. What are we missing? 12 undergrounds, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 12 lights. 9 power poles. We're going to need loads of power poles anyway, so let's just do that. And then we need to put the lightning rod things back. Then I'm going to just do 4 of these. We need another set of undergrounds to get the outputs here. Am I going to balance it? I don't think I am. Okay. Do you reckon they've made the dynamic music sort of scale with how much building you're doing? The more building you're doing, or the more combat you're doing, the more... the harder the music goes. Because it's so good. I just want to sit here for a moment and enjoy it. Enjoy the vibe. Imbibe the vibe. Right. That didn't take very long. Sorry, I had to sneeze there. Oh, I might have to sneeze again. No, it didn't happen. Alright, and then an unloader on this side. Station. Okay, and then we've got a really nice big space here to start processing stuff. We can process it here in the middle, send the individual bits out to whichever side we want them to go, so like we can do the holmium plate processing down here. Hello, how you doing? I'm good, mate, how are you? Finally made it to another freaking planet. Only took me 25, 30 hours. But yes, I'm very well, thank you. Hope you're doing well as well. Just trying to work out Fulgora. Right click and drag switches whitelist blacklist. It doesn't switch whitelist blacklist, it inverts your it inverts the upgrade planner. So if you have a completely blank upgrade planner and you select all your red belts, it'll change them, yellow bits, it'll change them to red belts. But if you do right click and drag, it does the opposite interaction, so it will turn all your red belts back to yellow belts. Haven't made it to a different planet yet. Well, there's no rush. But if you do have a specific upgrade planner and right click it, it will still also do that. So if you say I want all of my iron chests to become steel chests, but not the belts to change, right clicking will still do the inverse of... I don't know if what right clicking with a deconstruction planner actually does, if it does anything at all. Maybe it will do the inverse. Let's find out. It does! Right click also does the inverse of your deconstruction planners. That's left click, because I've said get rid of the belts. What if I do blacklist and then right click? Well, that's good. I'm surprised I didn't put 2 and 2 together with that, because sometimes what I do is I go in and I say I want to keep the trees and the rocks. So I already have a destroy trees and rocks deconstruction planner, and then I end up going in and doing this, but now I know I can just right click it instead. So there we go, we both learned something today. That's incredible. So yeah, this is whitelist trees and rocks only, but left clicking it will only destroy the trees and the rocks, whereas doing this will destroy... Oh wait, these don't count as trees and rocks. No, they don't, do they? Anyway, let's stop getting distracted. Let's stop getting distracted. Or let's get more distracted. Actually, I've decided. I feel like every button does something in every situation. It mostly does. Sometimes you do something and it doesn't do what you'd hoped, and you're really sad. A good example is in the tech tree. Now that you can move things around, like shift left click doesn't move it all the way to the front or all the way to the back. Neither does control, neither does alt. Like, it's... They missed a bit of a trick there, in my opinion. And then we'll also use this to fuel the train, because we've got an absolute preponderance of solid fuel, so that shouldn't be a problem. And then we need another set of... Well, this is going to be our big island, really, so I'm going to fill up as much space as I can with accumulators. I guess I need a sort of a design for that, I suppose. Can't build on the edge, fair enough. What is the purpose of ingredient quality? I might not be far enough to be using it. If you Alt left click basically anything. Ah, this is trees and rocks only. If you Alt left click something, make a save so I don't die from the lightning, you'll open the Factoriopedia. Everything in the Factoriopedia, you can see all the stats from stuff. Anything that has a diamond next to it, its stats change in higher qualities. For the most part, this is pretty irrelevant, you know, like belts don't get faster or anything, they just get more HP. Like inserters turn slightly faster, which is quite good. Pipes don't reach longer. Pumps pump faster. The real wins for quality, in my opinion, are stuff that goes in your power armor. So now that, you know, I've got fission reactors and roboports and stuff and batteries, a higher quality exoskeleton will make you move faster again. And as far as I understand it, there are two ways to get higher quality items. You can just try and roll a higher quality item by putting quality modules in the machine, or if you use... So if you want an uncommon one, and you use 20 uncommon steel plates, 10 uncommon processing units, 30 uncommon electric units, you're guaranteed to get the uncommon one. Yeah, it's very Diablo coded, isn't it? It's very Diablo coded. It is awkward though, because as I found out, a machine, they stack to different. If I go to Nowvis, they stack to different inventory slots. So you have to use either all of one quality or none of a quality. So I haven't experimented with it too much because it's a bit clunky at the moment for what I'm doing. But yeah, like if I used these uncommon gear wheels in something that also needed, you know, if I then got a better quality iron plate and a better quality electronic circuit, I'd be guaranteed to get better quality inserters. It's the kind of thing that I'll probably ignore until Mega Base stage, and even then. But also because I think the science packs become better with it. Yeah, a legendary quality automation science pack you can use 6 times compared with 1 time for the basic one. So it wouldn't be too hard to get more automation science, because all you need to do is you just need to get higher quality gear wheels and higher quality copper plates, and then suddenly you've just got a lot more red science basically for free just by using some quality modules. But as I say, I haven't had a huge play around with it. It does seem like something that you could mostly ignore if you want to, and then delve into it a bit later. But it's very good for getting a more efficient set of power armor, because the high quality, even the high quality power armor Mark II, will add more inventory slots and will have a higher equipment grid size, so you can add even more higher quality things to your power armor. It's interesting. One of the things I was looking forward to was going back to vanilla 1.1 or whatever we're calling it, and doing a run in that with the quality modules enabled. So do quality, elevated rails, but not Space Age. Just for a bit of fun. And I'm also really looking forward to when Factorio 2 gets updated. Because Factorio 2 with quality will go super hard, I feel like. All this walking is going to start being a pain in the arse, isn't it? I do need to do a few things in remote view back on NavV, so I want to automate. I just researched uranium fuel reprocessing, so I want to get that sorted on NavV as well, and I should, in theory, be able to do that from remote view. So, alright, why did I walk all the way back here? Accumulators. Got loads of stone on me because of the flipping destroying the stuff. Are we getting a decent? Yeah, we're getting a lot of iron plates. This is good. This is good. If I could automate belts with the recyclers. Okay, okay. 100 engines. 5 trains. Let's do the actual 2 trains that we need and not waste the engine units in case we decide we want to do something else with them. Because I suppose we may also need to build a rocket silo with... I mean, I should think about doing this sooner rather than later because it's not very hard to get the rocket silo done here, it would seem. Just the 200 electric engine units is the real thing, but getting lubricant is not difficult. Getting engine units is time consuming but not difficult. Getting the electronic circuits is probably the hardest thing of all. Okay, I may have overcooked it on the rails slightly, but you know, then you have it. I suppose then by that logic we should continue with this. Because we are going to need them. So let's add 200 steel, 200 gear wheels, 400 plates for pipes. And we'll just let that crack on. Alright. Let's take a chunk of solid fuel over. Take the... You're waiting on... You've used all the water, but all the ice, but there is still a lot of water in there. There's still loads of stone in there, but you've used all the holmium ore. So let's take a bit more ice over, and we'll let that keep cracking on. Get this done. Then you have it. I keep saying that, by the way, like it's in Arrested Development, where they keep getting upsold the house that they're buying. Do we need a 5th bedroom? Well, then you have it. Yeah, then you have it. Then you have it. Yeah. Do all 5 bedrooms need an ensuite? Well, then you have it. Then you have it. Yeah. Oh god, I've been struck by lightning. Help me. should be able to integrate the power poles into the rails, shouldn't you? Shouldn't one? Okay, Lord Damon, sorry, scrap processing. I can't walk along them. Why? Why did I spend money on this? Not heard this track yet. That's good. Scrap. Go from scrap until full to scrap processing until... Oh god, they've moved these around. Empty. Get in, get in, get in. Ah, elevated rails. First trip on the elevated rails. Wow. I want to go on something more exciting than Elevated Rails Ride 1. Plenty of energy. Plenty. Okay. There's also no button in here, so like this pollution button is irrelevant on this planet, right? Pollution just doesn't exist. So this button should change, or at least add another button to see what is covered by the lightning rods, I feel like would be good. Okay, alright, okay, scrap. What's the first thing we wanted to do? Which is the first thing we actually want to automate now? We want to do... We probably want to do this process, right? Do we? I don't know. I don't know, it's too much. It's too much to think about. Let's... No, let's think about it while we're here. Got recyclers on me already, so we're going to need to recycle the scrap regardless, so maybe we should just start with that in a sensible place. And then we can, like, store... We can have another buffer system like we have here, because I do like this. But we can be a bit more deliberate about it. We can send off the bits to the places that we actually need to. We can pair them up. You know, so we can send the stone and the holmium and the ice to one place. We can send, you know, the other bits that we need that I definitely know. I do want to leave a bit of space to expand this. What I should have done is I should have maybe done it on this side of the train. Because I want to be able to expand this, because, you know, I'm going to... Actually, what I'll do is I'll leave this space so that I can, you know, bring in more trains. Or something. Yeah, okay. Alright, so let's process the scrap in the middle. And we'll do sort of a hub and spoke design. We'll send some of it up this way, some of it up this way, some of it down this way. So let's just make sure we leave ourselves enough space for this. And we'll just do something like this for now. One scrap machine without any modules or anything is 2.5 scrap a second. So this will only do 6 on one yellow belt. So we'll leave it like that for now, but plenty of space later to sort of do rows like this, you know, so we can have another train station. We should pair these up into the... line them up with the train stations, really, so we'll do that instead. So then, like, another one can go there even, you know? When... I don't get cliff explosives for a long time, do I? No. Have I finally run out of those? I mean, they're not hard to get, but I'm pretty sure I brought enough to make, like, 50, so I don't know where they've all gone. Oh, and should probably... side load that belt. Do you always get something from the scrap, like every single time? No, doesn't seem to be the case. Okay, it's beginning. It's beginning to be something. Probably should have put a radar over this way. I think it's okay. I think it's working. I think this is what I want. Scalable. Understandable. Scalable. In plenty of room. Plenty of space. Have I got any more levels of inserters capacity I can do? Yeah, let's do that. Wow. Yeah, let's do loads of that, in fact. How is Nalvis doing? Have any lasers ever killed anything? Glad I put all the effort in. Glad I put all the effort in for that. There was no way to know. There was simply no way to know how dangerous leaving the planet was going to be, for how long. The soundtrack for this came out on Steam today, if you were unaware. I'm not sure if it's the kind of thing that I would bother purchasing, not because I don't like it, but just because I never really thought in my spare time, oh, I really want to listen to the Factorio soundtrack. And the Factorio soundtrack is brilliant at what it does. And I have listened to video game music outside of playing the video game. Fury comes to mind. Ever played that? F-U-R-I. Gonna link it in the chat. Great game. Brilliant game. An absolute banger soundtrack. Probably should have a hotbar just specifically for this planet. Oh, okay. No, I'm gonna die! Oh. Struck by lightning more times than is statistically relevant. Okay. While we're here, while we're waiting, I suppose. So, I would like... These can all stay as buffer chests, I think. What I want is I want 2 requester chests. If I can remember where they are. One here with a centrifuge. I don't think I have a spare centrifuge, which is annoying. Also not there. How do I make a centrifuge while I'm not on the planet? Alright, we'll do some weird jank then. Because you can right click an assembler and then left click a requester chest and it will fill it with what you need to make, I think it's 5 seconds worth of crafting. Something like that. Do I have any stack inserters in the system? No. I've got fast inserters somewhere. Oh, it's because I upgraded every chest to a logistics chest specifically for this reason. It's very annoying how it sort of... Yeah. I'm just going to limit this chest to a stack and I'll come back later. Let's try and do 2 things at once. And that took a whole day-night cycle. So... I'm once again at risk of being struck by lightning. Ah! It's fine. Scrap has backed up because... Oh, iron has finally backed up. Good problems to have, I guess. Don't craft iron gear wheels from iron plates. Okay. Right. It's slow progress, folks. There's no 2 ways about it. Don't necessarily need more recyclers at the moment, is the thing. If I can only process 1 belt, I don't really need them. Okay. Let's do the holmium plates, because I did that over here and it was fairly easy. It's just ice, stone, and the holmium itself. So if anything, we should just go and destroy all of this, because then we know that we don't need this thing to be here. We can make all of this, and just put all of this to use somewhere else. And it sucks to lose all of this water and stuff. In fact, yeah, what I'll do is... I don't mind losing the light oil and the lubricant because... Yeah, it's fine. It's not ideal. Of course it's not ideal, but... Let me try and use as much of this water as I can. Let me go and take all the holmium that we've got. Because, yeah, it does suck to lose all of that ice, but at the same time, you know, that's quite a lot of ice. And that's quite a lot of holmium, so maybe this isn't as uncommon as it first appears. So we don't actually need the chemical plants. We only need the chemical plants to melt the ice, strangely enough. So we need to melt the ice. So all we need to do is separate out the stone, the holmium ore and the water. But we also should do this. Like, we really should do this. Just because then, if anything, you know, like, we're going to need to buffer the stuff, but we should probably design it in a bit more of a sensible way. So that we can do, you know, proper inputs and outputs, input and output buffering. So like this, or maybe even with 4, so that we can sort of do some side loading stuff. Like this. So we'll just have lots of stacks of this, and then we can put the power pole in the middle, and then that should span across to the next one as well. And then I might just craft a whole bunch of this stuff. I might just turn this bit of the factory off for now and say that we've got enough in the backlog. Get rid of the miners. We can always bring this stuff back on a train eventually when we have to. But we'll say that that's enough of that. We've done our experimentation with it. Let's start crafting stuff, shall we? In vast quantities. Vast, vast, vast quantities. Transport belts. I have no issue having all of these being yellow transport belts for now. As long as I've got loads of transport belts on me, I can make the undergrounds and the splits that I need by hand quite easily. So yeah, let's just go absolutely mental with this. Literally 2,000 belts worth of iron plates. And... 4,000... no, 2,000 gear wheels as well. Yeah, give me loads of transport belts, because we're going to need them. Let's also, I suppose, recycle... And this doesn't fill me with too much joy, but let's do it anyway. Let's recycle all of these red circuits to get green circuits and plastic out of it. Because we need the plastic for these, and maybe we can craft a few by hand just to get things moving. Maybe. What did they go in? What the heck is that? Fusion reactor. Quality module 3s. Quantum processors. This is all very late game stuff. Yeah. Very late game stuff. It's because I want the plastic and the green circuits. I don't even necessarily need the plastic, but this will at least do something better than carrying them all over, I guess. Okay, delete everything that is not a chest here, please. I can pick chest and then just right-click. It's genius. So that will leave the chests full of items. I probably should have left the lightning conductors down. This is neat. Pretty satisfying to watch and look at. Okay, you're finished with as well. Inserter capacity. That will speed up the loading and unloading of the train to some degree, which will be useful for actually processing that stuff. Not that we're doing that at the moment anyway. Right, chemical plants need steel plates, iron gear wheels, electronic circuits and pipes. So let's get all the green circuits that we've got. Take some iron so that we can make some pipes. Take a bit more iron than that so we can make some pipes. And what was the other thing? What did I say? Steel. Let's take some steel with us. And let's wait for daytime. Because I ain't getting struck by lightning. And we'll just slowly move all of the operations over to that much bigger landmass and take it from there. Loads of belts, you love to see it. No, I'm using all the circuits that I am just collecting, but is this better than turning? It's not, is it? It's definitely not better than just turning the gear wheels into plates and then turning plates and iron and copper cable into green circuits. This does seem exceedingly wasteful. But I wanted to see what happened. I wanted to try it. Oh my god, I've been going for an hour and 20 minutes already. Better go and stretch the old legs and make a cup of tea. It's Friday! You know that I'm in the house playing video games on a Friday night. You know it. This is 19 million as well, so yeah. That's a lot of scrap. Was it really going to force me to build elevated rails to go from here to here? It's just going to say it can't be done. Like, really though, guys? Like, okay, fine. If that's the conceit, then sure. I will acquiesce. Forgot to bring my... Oh no, I didn't forget, it's in my clipboard. Haha, okay. So, we want a big buffer this time. Really big buffer this time. This way? Am I honestly going to spend all of this space for this scrap buffer? Or shall I go up? Maybe I should go up. Because we need 12 of these. Do we not? I like to put the power pole behind the lightning thing so it's a bit more obscured and a bit more... makes it look like the lightning is striking the... actual power supply, because we need like this, don't we? because currently we're gonna send down the ice, the stone, and the holmium is what we need for this part of the process. But we also might need to send ice in more than one direction, because we're also going to need to make electrolyte. Oh no, electrolyte we can also make down there. So we can make the holmium solution, the holmium plates, and the electrolytes down there, because we're also sending the stone, the heavy oil we'll get from the ocean. And this goes in the science pack, but it goes in the supercapacitors, mostly. It's mostly what we're doing this for. So maybe we don't have to worry too much about that, and even if we do, I can do some spaghetti to split something off. Okay, so ice, stone, holmium ore. I guess I should belt balance this as well. Does that do what I want? Can't do. No, not even close. Not even close. Okay, it's cursed, but if it's cursed and it works, it's not cursed. So even one chest of this should, in theory, then... It's not going to be perfectly balanced, of course, but it's balanced enough. Alright. Whoops. That's overkill. Is this one overkill? Yes. So every 3... this bit anymore, please. And also do this properly. I don't know what the next ones are going to be, so I should probably think about that. Superconductors need the plates, but we can send the plates up from down here once we've made them. So this needs copper plates and plastic bars. Am I going to recycle the low density structures for that? I think that is how we established we were going to get copper plates and plastic bars en masse. Make more sense to do it like that than it would to dismantle red circuits, I think. But I'm not seeing anything hugely relevant to red circuits in here, so maybe that's incorrect. Maybe we dismantle the red circuits and we keep the low density structures to launch rockets with. You know, keep some red circuits, obviously, for things. Substations, bulk inserters. But there's not a huge amount that needs red circuits on Fulgora. Or nothing, in fact. So maybe we'll do it like that. Let me just ruin my inventory. Okay, I'm getting very confused. I am confusing myself greatly here with this plan. This isn't even going to reach all the way to the top, is it? I suppose there's nothing stopping me from doing something like this and just bringing the rest of it down, as long as there's enough space for the 12 belts in the middle. So that's 6 belts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Does that actually work? Not quite. That with an underground. It's misaligned. Is that what I want? If I have to process more scrap than one yellow belt of scrap, then... But the thing is this inputs one yellow belt of scrap. It doesn't output one yellow belt of products. It is at the moment because they're obviously all backed up. But I think we could probably get away with inserting another row eventually into this exact same system. And then I suppose we're talking about upgrading these belts to red and maybe even blue belts just to increase the throughput. And then we can only worry about increasing the throughput of the in part as well. We don't necessarily have to worry about increasing the throughput of the out. Okay, so let's sort the rest of this out then. So we definitely want these three to go this way because we want this process done. Supercapacitors, sorry. Need batteries, green circuits. It may also be that we need to reconstitute some of the stuff back into the system. If we end up dismantling advanced circuits to get the electronic circuits out of it, then suddenly we've got all this plastic and copper cable we need to do something with. And that's fine, because the copper cable can go back in. But the plastic isn't in this system, so we may need to just add another, you know, chunk of this. Just don't want to put these all in the wrong place and then realise that this one has to go down here and this one has to go this way as well, you know? So just want to make sure that I'm matching these up in the correct way. So if we dismantle low-density structures for the superconductors, we have then steel that we need to do something with. Where is the steel even going in this system? I suppose we should look at what this actually unlocks and what we then need to craft afterwards. Or if we don't really care. Rail support foundations allowed to build elevated rails also on the deep parts of the oil ocean. Okay, but that also includes the volcanous one. So Tesla weapons. Ooh, that's nice. Lithium. So we don't need lithium until we get to Aquilo. So really we're just doing this to get a bit of an extra tier of goodies. It's not giving us anything that we need, you know? Like once we've done this, we're done. So I guess we need to... Yeah, I guess the steel needs to go somewhere. Well, alright, if I make a mess of it, I'll just... As long as the first one's fine, I'll sort the rest out. What are we missing? 48 inserters. "12 splitters, 2 undergrounds." Just keeping an eye on the crafting queue to make sure I'm not like handcrafting gear wheels or anything silly that I don't need to handcraft. Okay. Alright, let's just bung the stuff in chests after that. Solid fuel. I wonder how viable it is to use the ice to boil water for power on this planet. It sounds like a really terrible idea. Sounds like something you shouldn't do. Alright, so at the end we'll put stuff that we clearly don't need. So we'll let the solid fuel go all the way through to the end. Because I'm pretty sure we're just going to end up distributing that by hand. That's the last one. So we'll let the solid fuel go all the way through to the end and we'll just stockpile it. Oh, all of that research went through, that's good. Alright, let's give Nalvis a break. Stuff for the rocket, I suppose we could put all the way at the end as well. So we need processing units for the rocket. Low density, yeah, this is the thing, right? It's low density structures and rocket fuel. Ah, no, we're going to need the solid fuel for the rocket. Solid fuel to make rocket fuel with. So we are in fact going to need that. So yeah, so let's do processing units, solid fuel, and low density structures at the end for the rocket. And then let's do advanced circuits, steel, concrete, just because I don't think those are particularly relevant for anything at the moment. What does that leave us with? Copper wire, batteries, and the gear wheels themselves, the actual iron gear wheels, which we should probably process into iron plates at some point. So we'll put that one at the top so that it's closest to the, copper cable, and I've forgotten batteries, batteries, batteries. Okay. I don't have any stone bricks. How am I going to get stone bricks? Smelt all this stone. Or dismantle concrete? Does that work? It's assembled, it's not smelted, so it should work. Should. Makes more sense to just smelt some stone currently. Stack size. Ah, these are on the max now, these are on 12. That will help greatly with this process. Oh yeah, I didn't ever put any solid fuel in the things for the train, but this train is just going nowhere. It's going nowhere not very often. So, okay, right, I'm going to have a little bit of a leg stretch, and I'll let the scrap thing go through and see if we encounter any very serious issues. So let me make a save. Let me go to my break screen, and we'll let this... I didn't really want this to happen. I'll just leave it in my inventory. And am I protected by the lightning rods? Yes. Okay. I will be back shortly. Welcome back. Welcome back, me. Thank you. Thank you. It's good to be back. Okay. This didn't jam. That's good. It's good to know. Collected a lot of solid fuel already. Yeah, so even one... This is what I was saying, right? It's one belt of scrap. This can process one belt of scrap. 2.5 a second times 6. 5, 10, 15. That is one yellow belt. But you're only outputting about half of that. So really, we could have done this on this side as well, and that would also naturally, not naturally balance the belt, but kind of, you know what I'm saying. Okay. What's going on back at the ridiculous starter base? Belts are finished, 3.3 thousand belts. May have over-egged that. Let's do the solution, plate, and electrolyte part of this. I guess that's what we're getting ready. Let's send all of these belts down. I mean, this is a lot of space, isn't it? Like, I could have shifted all of this down, really. Don't cut it now, that's mad. I could have shifted all of this down, really. Just use this crater for scrap processing. But it's okay. It's always good to have space. You always end up needing a lot more space than you think. Yeah, and we're going to need a lot of lightning rods, aren't we, to protect belts. Let me go back to the starter base and pick up all those bricks, because I'm sure that's where... I think I put all the bricks down there, and we need to make a lot more of these. They're not expensive. And they cover a decent amount of space, so... we can do a quick run for stuff. Not the best strategy to move all the way over, but you know, here they are. 22 with a bit of copper cable. 30 with a bit more copper cable. Copper cable is in fact the bottleneck, so let's just keep picking up copper cable until it says we can't make any more, because we don't have any bricks. Wow, that's so many. Oh, now it's steel that's the bottleneck. Now we're out of stone bricks. Okay, there we go. We'll leave those ticking along. Yeah, give me some belts. I'll just take all the belts, it's fine. Give me the green circuits. Probably need the green circuits for something to build by hand. And I suppose we should take the holmium plates that we were building over here with the experimentation thing. Take the... You're not even finished? You're still going? You still got all this water? You're full? Output full? Oh, wowzers. Oh, you're not going to craft for ages because I've put a big queue in the handcrafting list. Alright, we'll just leave that ticking over and we'll come back and demolish that once it's all done. Hey, I'm sure this is where I lose a lot of my time as a player, is just inefficiently walking backwards and forwards to where various things are done. Just don't plan it very well. It's not that I don't plan it very well. I clearly am planning it. It's just when you do big migrations like this, suppose it would also make sense to actually hook these up to the power network so that any lightning bolts that hit these ones also feed the power, but I don't know. I don't know how relevant that really is. They should be power poles themselves, really, you know? Because with these pylons... not going to be able to turn this off, am I? Because it's going to... Let me empty my inventory out of all that junk that we just took from the other side. Actually, most of it is just... most of it is the belts. Okay. Alright. Let's continue. An offshore pump will need to go somewhere sensible to bring the heavy oil in. Wow, this is irritating. Ah. Really? That works? Sure. You can pipette tool from your handcrafting queue. Brilliant. Actually, do we need the heavy oil? Yeah, we do, because we want the electrolyte being made here as well, because we were already making the holmium solution, and... yeah, so we need the electrolyte. Okay. So really, we just need the same design we had before, but... with, space for belts rather than hand-feeding it all. In a decent ratio. I don't fully understand. So we need some water. So we need to bring the ice in to make some water. That's obviously very easy. And then stone and holmium in chemical plants make the solution. And then some of the solution needs to make plates, some of the solution needs to make electrolytes, but let's leave enough space to... let's leave enough space to add more ice melting this way, and we'll expand the solution making this way, should we not have enough. So then your holmium solution recipe, this can in fact go this way, so that this water is doing this. Maybe with a couple of tanks at the end, just as... just so that it's there, I guess. Going to have to stop handcrafting this soon, but still. Bloody rocks. Nice. Okay. Eight seconds each. Okay, several minutes left of doing that, but that's fine. We can sort the rest of this out. So then... do I want to just side load these? No, because I need the stone to keep going, actually. So yeah, so the stone can go through the middle and keep going like this. So then you need to be inserters and long-handed inserters. And we need space for the pipes. So that's not going to work. need to do the same thing. Gonna need to do this. Or, in fact, this would make more sense. This and this. Yeah. Oh, alright, I'm just gonna make these gear wheels, I don't care. Am I gonna use some of those engines to make pumps? I might do, actually. That would involve walking all the way back, so let's leave it for now. Alright, and then let's stash this holmium solution. I feel like maybe this is overkill for stashing the water. I feel like stashing the water is just not relevant in the slightest. Buffering water. So the stone goes through. The holmium ore terminates. Why aren't we getting any more? We're just not. It's just, that's as much as we get. That belt is backed up as much as it can be. Strange. Okay, we'll say that's enough. And then also some pylons, please. Let's try and make the pylons at least reach to the lightning rods so that we put the power, any power that comes through from this at least goes into the system. Okay. There we go. Holmium solution. Automated. Forever. Or at least until this 19 million scrap runs out. So then the holmium solution needs to turn into plates, but also some of it needs to turn into electrolytes. Turning it into plates is easy. Electrolytes is also not too bad. We need the heavy oil, so then we should also do like a circuit condition, right? So that we should only make plates when we've got a lot of electrolytes. This makes 1 plate for 20, this makes 10 electrolyte for 10, so yeah, we can just say start smelting plates once you've got a full tank of electrolytes. And then, so the electrolytes need the stone, the heavy oil, and these need the electromagnetic plants. So finally, we're going to use these bad boys. They've got a crafting speed of 2, so let's start with 2 of them. What am I missing? Some handcraft stuff. Probably don't turn copper into copper wires for no reason. Should have gone to Gleber first, man. Should have gone to Gleber first. Is the stream working? Sorry. Okay. Yes, it's fine. So I just suddenly momentarily panicked there. Good, wide enough to actually... Where's the fluid output gonna go? Ooh! Ooh! Oh, it's a flippin' awful shape! Right! Thanks. Thanks, Wube. Thanks for that. So you can do inputs, you can do input-output for the... Oh god, yeah, and you can flip it and everything. So you can do this, but that, I hate that. That makes more sense. Yeah, okay. But they're an awkward shape with these power poles as well, because obviously I'd rather have this here to get the stone in. And then you do this to get the holmium solution in. I did say that I was going to leave space to expand it and then immediately put this here. Yeah. If I'm going to expand this, I'll flip it on this side. So I might even do this with the stone then. And just do a bit of a sort of a bus design, and I'll build this a bit further down. Just give myself the extra space that I need. Not that. That. We'll do... this, I guess. And the output can come out like this, and this powers everything, and the stone just needs... Well, now we don't need long-handed inserters either for the stone. Man, it feels good to be doing fresh designs again. You know, it's just something about it. Power is still good. I mean, we're not really doing that much at the moment, but... Alright, so stone can go in. The holmium solution can go in like this, and the heavy oil can do the same thing on the bottom, and then the electrolyte can just come out the back. Easy. Easy game. And so then we're gonna need like this here or something, and then like a pump here, which irritatingly doesn't reach the power supply, but a pump here that only sends the holmium solution forward to be turned into plates when this is of a certain capacity. I think that's what we want. Which has just briefly reminded me to check. How are you still making centrifuges? Okay, fine, whatever. Then you have it. I'm lost, I forgot how this planet's laid out. Okay. No, that was the wrong button. Now V's, back to now V's. It's fine. We'll need a lot of centrifuges at some point, I'm sure. Alright, you are nuclear fuel reprocessing. 5 depleted uranium cells, 3 uranium. I feel like that's changed, but maybe it hasn't. So this now changes, so that now you're doing this. What I actually need is a purple chest. An active provider chest, but maybe that's wrong. we'll just let you empty out and make as many centrifuges as you can with what you've got left. And then just bring all of them. Just bring all of them and repurpose the fuel. And then another centrifuge over here. Actually, it doesn't matter where it is, does it? It's probably best to still put it here, because this is where the steel is. Another centrifuge here, or the iron, I should say. With you and you as a requester chest, and then into a provider chest. No, don't do that. Put that back, please. No, actually get rid of it. That makes... Oh wait, that doesn't even need a centrifuge. I literally only needed the one centrifuge. I'm an idiot. I'd made 44 centrifuges when I only needed one. So then you make uranium fuel cells. Iron comes in from there, and then the uranium and... So really, the output of this uranium-238 should probably go into here. Yeah, let's move this slightly then. So then this output goes into this requester chest. So then this is actually there instead. You finished? Yeah, good. Alright, fine. You can just go away then. Which also means you are not necessary anymore. So then this will just continue to make uranium fuel cells. Let's not go overboard with it, because we're not using that many at the moment. And then we need 4 requester chests, and then we change these to be requesting. What has happened here? I think I've put them in the wrong ones. I have put them in the wrong ones. Obviously these ones. No, that's not what I thought would happen. Oh, of course, yeah, you don't... I want to empty this chest, but I can't because I'm not there. But by clicking it, it's going to tell the robots to get rid of them. That's very nice. And then you are requester chests for uranium fuel cells. And 50 is huge overkill, but whatever. Okay. That's that done. That was an important job that needed doing. So this will make a lot of uranium fuel now. But the point is it will continue to fuel the thing while we're away. And then this will repurpose the nuclear fuel. Yeah, so this will put this uranium back into here, so this will use this uranium-238 as a priority. We might run out of uranium. Oh no, we're not going to run out, are we? What are we talking about? This makes 10 fuel cells. What am I talking about? Okay. Enough distractions. Yeah, that just literally just needs the solution. Okay, seems to be okay. It's just the holmium ore is not coming in very fast at all. So we may need to up production of scrap, but I mean we've still made quite a lot. 18,000 in the last 10 minutes, so maybe it's fine. Ice doesn't seem to be an issue here, which is good. Hook the heavy oil up, forgot that bit, and I need to hook this up as well, so may as well, if I'm going to go and get some pumps anyway, may as well do this. Ooh, just about in range. And then the heavy oil needs to come in. Just make sure they're all hooked up to the power network so that it doesn't matter which lightning strike hits which one, we're going to get the energy from it anyway. That should be fine. Okay, let's wait here for a moment. Let's check on Nalvis. Yeah, this is already not needing to pick up any more fuel cells. Yeah, these already have the 50 in. Oh no, this one's 8 short, but that's fine. We're not doing any research, so we're using even less power, and I probably should plough through some research. No reason to hold off on this. Anything that doesn't need space science, I guess. Some automation 3s. Yeah, just queue them up, I guess. Yeah, just queue them up. Alright, let's go back and get those engines and make some pumps. And we can say that was a pretty successful excursion. Might stop streaming this game. Not because I'm not enjoying it. I very much am enjoying it. But actually I want to play it more. And I sort of have backed myself into a corner really by saying that I was going to stream my entire playthrough. Which obviously is going to take a long time. And if I'm streaming every time I play, that's far too many engines. If I'm not going to play it unless I'm streaming it, then that kind of precludes me from playing it as much as I want, because I want to play it more than I want to stream. So I may just go back to streaming when I feel like streaming, and which is obviously the best thing to do as a human being, you know, stream when you want, don't feel like you have to. As soon as you feel like you have to, it's kind of ruined it, hasn't it? So there may be stuff that happens off camera. There may be big stuff that happens off camera. I may go to a planet for the first time off camera just because it's 4 in the morning and I'm playing Factorio and I don't want to stream. Or it's 8 in the morning, or, you know. But this is the 13th stream, and obviously at this point I'm pretty sure it's safe to say that it's not kicking off. I thought maybe if I was there early enough on day one as a streamer, it might, you know, might cultivate a bit of an audience. It's not happening. I thought I'd stick at it for a little bit with the streaming part of it. I've not really streamed before much on the channel, as you can probably tell. It was all like pre-recorded content, so I thought maybe streaming it would do something, but I think maybe, you know, it's getting a bit embarrassing now being sat here talking to myself. I'd rather, if I'm going to sit here and talk to myself, I'd rather do it with like pre-recorded content in the same way that I did the broadcasts series, or you know, my other puzzle game content. So if you're watching the VOD of this and you've caught up with the VODs, it's probably, you know, you're probably very far behind, because obviously no one's watching this live, which is fine. I'm not saying I'm owed anything or anything, but you know, I'm getting to the point now where, as I say, I want to play the game quite a lot, especially with the free time that I have. But because I've sort of, in my head, committed to streaming whenever I play, playing it less than I want to. Okay, let's go back with the things. So yeah, as I say, that basically just, that's a roundabout way of saying that the streams might drop off a little bit. As somebody who is not doing this full time. If I was doing it full time, then obviously it would be a different story, you know. But as someone who is not doing this full time, is there really no way off the island, this island to the left? Yes. Okay, don't pump unless there is already uh, 24,000, just shy of a tank, because there's always rounding and stuff that gets annoying. And then this needs to go, eventually this needs to go back up the bus, I think. We need to send the batteries and the electrolyte. No, we need the plates and the electrolyte that we're making here to meet batteries and electronic circuits from the scrap processing. And the plates need to go and meet superconductors, and I guess we should make light oil down here as well, seeing as we've got the water. So this makes 20 water a second. Each one of these only uses 1 water a second. So we can repurpose this water to make light oil down here as well, and then I suppose we can ship the light oil, pump the light oil up the bus with the holmium plates on a belt, and then have that meet copper plates and plastic bars somewhere. What are we going to do with that? Deconstruct low density structures, is that what I said? I either recycle low density structures. I should put a radar in the scrap pile just so that I can see what's going on from afar. Low density, you get a decent number of low density structures. So in this whole time, 1,000 red circuits, 330 low density structures. All right, so it seems like dismantling advanced circuits is what they want you to do. That gets you the electronic circuits, it gets you the plastic. Then you just need the copper plates, which you can then get by recycling the copper wires that you get from recycling the advanced circuits. But that seems like an atrocious idea. But I guess you could supplement the copper wires that come from the scrap. Right, you would recycle these, and then you would just use a priority splitter to put this copper wire into any of this, and then recycle all of that copper wire together to make the copper plates. So then that's your copper plates, your plastic bars, then you use the electronic circuits and batteries, and then you've got everything. Then you've actually got everything that you need. Yeah. That sounds like a plan. And then you use the solid fuel and some more light oil, which is insanely easy to get. The solid fuel to make the rocket fuel with the light oil, some processing units, some low density structures, because this isn't a lot of low density structures, right? 345, that's not very many. Not enough. It doesn't look like the low density structures are coming in fast enough to build rockets as fast as you would want. Not that that's a huge issue. And then once we've got all of that, we've got everything we need to make the science packs. We just need to use we need to get iron plates and more batteries. Yeah, we just discussed how to do the superconductor. So what are we not using from that? We're not using concrete, we're not using steel, but we're using everything else. Because this is rockets, rockets, rockets. Yeah, we're not using the steel or the concrete in that system. But that's fine, because the steel and the concrete goes into rails, basically. How much steel goes into a rocket? 400. I wonder if it's worth sending steel around the universe, or the solar system, from here. Because you can't recycle this into iron because it's a smelting recipe. And this recycler only works with assembler-based recipes, so... Okay. Electrolyte is ticking up. So this uses 4 holmium solution a second. This gets you 10 a second, so we're making much more holmium solution than we need. How goes the Factorio tonight? It's going good. Hello, by the way. It's going good. We are shipping in scrap and doing a bit of a better job of sorting it and sending it on its way. And we've just hooked up the first major process to make holmium plates and electrolytes in bulk. But I was just talking about not streaming, and also maybe not streaming quite as often, because yeah, I was saying that I want to play more often than I feel like streaming. Not streaming, oh my gosh! You know, I gave streaming a go. It's been 2 weeks. I've gotten less engagement from this than I got from the week of NextFest videos. So I think I'd rather just go back to playing Factorio for fun, rather than playing it as some sort of bizarre way to get clout on the internet. You know what I mean? Because I feel like it's engagement schmengement. Because I feel like, unfortunately, it's turning into that for me now. I want to play the game, and then I think, no, I can't play the game without streaming it. No, because my 3 viewers will be like, no, I missed it. So, yeah. Not that I'm not having fun streaming it, and just play it, who cares, stream if you want. Yeah, exactly. That's kind of how I feel. If I feel like doing a stream and people have missed 20 hours of gameplay, then so be it. But is there anyone religiously watching the stream? No, of course not. Of course not. Me. Like, I'm zoned out half the time anyway. Yeah, so I might just finish this playthrough and then do a pre-recorded video series on it afterwards, do another playthrough where it's a bit more sensible, and do a more structured video series about it. That might be a better use of my time. I love it. I love Factorio. I love talking to myself as well, so I kind of thought there'd be a shoe in here. But, you know, the streaming... What is going on here? Streaming is a extremely saturated market, isn't it? And a part of me is like, I'm not doing this to get famous, or I don't want to do, you know, I'm not doing this with the... I mean, I suppose in a small way there is a part of me that is like, maybe I could do this full time, but, you know, I haven't made a single penny from any of the content I've ever made in the last 3 years, so 17 streamers have 100% of the audience. I can believe that. I can believe that. That doesn't... It sounds like it's made up, but if you told me that was actually true, I would agree with you. But this always happens to me. I always go up and down with it. I'm always like, yeah, let's do some streaming, it'll be cool. And then my partner's like, yeah, you should stream, you seem to really enjoy it. And then I stream for a couple of weeks, and then I'm like, it's cringe now. It's turned into cringe. It's cringe content. Part of me should lean into it, you know? Be one of those, what's his name? Darkside Phil or Low Tier God or somebody who, like, knows that everyone is kind of hate watching them, but don't seem to really mind either way. This is working, it's just unfortunately holmium solution. I can't believe stone is also... Right, so we need to get more scrap in, basically. Maybe we need to upgrade... If we upgrade this to red belts, we can quadruple this. Because another one of these on this side will do another half belt of scrap. This is about half a belt, isn't it? And then a red belt will double the speed of the belt, so we can get in 4 times as much scrap than this. I can't believe stone's not keeping up, of all the things. Okay. Let me make myself a quick to-do list. And get rid of this to-do list, because this is now sorted. Alright, what did I say? I said that I was going to dismantle the advanced circuits to get the copper and the plastic to get superconductors. Oh, that's right, I need light oil here. Do I have any more of these on me? No! Can I make any more? 14. That's quite good. Yeah, we'll hold off on the science for now. Alright, so light oil is going to go here. Light oil. If you want to make money, you have to be cranking out content somewhere on the quality/consistency spectrum. Yeah. This isn't quality or consistent. I agree. It's just capitalism, man. That's the problem. It's flipping capitalism. You can't have a hobby without feeling like you should monetize that hobby. If you do something for fun, and you're not in some way being, massive air quotes, productive at the same time, oh, I see what you mean, yeah. Either has to be once every 6 months and it's 3 hours and insanely good quality, or every day and it's 8 hours of shouting. 8 minutes of shouting. Yeah, I know. I see what you mean. Light oil for... was it superconductors? Was it superconductors? Have I forgotten this already? Yes. Right, so light oil for superconductors is going here. We pipe that light oil and these holmium plates up somewhere. I guess we go up here. And then we're going to recycle for plastic and green. Oh, I should probably just use the rich text thing. Do that here in this space, I guess. So then we'll send the light oil, the holmium plates, the green circuits, and the plastic. Oh no, the copper and the plastic. Oh yeah, then also need to get the plates. Via wire recycling, which can go here because the wires that come out of the advanced circuits can also be repurposed into this, so that will give us the copper plates, the electronic circuits. I'm sitting trying to figure out how to produce puzzle tracks at scale. Yeah, must be annoying. It really is, like... This is what universal basic income should be for. IMO. Alright, and so then we'll send the light... Yeah, we'll send the light oil, the holmium plates, the green circuits, the plastic... and the copper up here to finally make superconductors and supercapacitors here. Because that will be easy. That will also be easy. And then that should then let us have everything we need to make... Oh, we need to make accumulators somewhere. But that's very easy as well, because accumulators will just recycle the iron gear wheels into plates and send up the batteries, so the accumulators can just go... like... there, I guess. And that's the plan. You're still going to make it out of wood. I mean, I guess wood would probably be quite an expensive thing to make it out of. But also probably thematically the most correct. Just buy a CNC wood carving machine for 12 grand. That's my advice to you. What's the worst that can happen? A laser cutter? That is swanky. James, who was in here yesterday, he used to 3D print a lot of puzzles. I don't think he ever designed his own ones, but he definitely used to get... What do they call the 3D print files? STLs, yeah, he used to just get lots of STLs. I think, something like that anyway. Okay. Alright, this is the plan. Whether you'll ever see this or not is a good question. Maybe I should make more of a schedule. Maybe I should like always stream on like a Friday between 8 and 10 or something. Friday night's a stupid time to stream. Everyone's streaming on a Friday night. This is the other problem, isn't it? Is that actual good streamers are streaming Factorio as well. It went off. My partner is watching Substance. She's telling me about it via instant messaging apps. Keep wanting to get on the 3D printing train. It always seems like it will be good 6 months down the line, doesn't it? Like, whenever you see them, it's always like, it's almost there, right? It's almost there, but give it another 6 months, and it will be viable for retail, viable for the general populace. And then that 6 months never seems to actually go anywhere. I suppose I could upgrade this bit to red belts. And then put speed modules in. Oh, these have got 4 speed modules in each. What am I missing? That doesn't actually necessarily matter, does it? Oh, I'm going to have to turn on transport line gaps to see if this is full or not. Pretty sure it is. But it might have individual gaps in it. I don't think it is, because this is staggering. Gaps. Show transport line gaps. No, it is full. Well, it's not full when it comes out of the underground, of course. Ah, yes, no, now it's not full, because it's red belts all the way down, so if this was a red splitter, it would be fine, right? Because this is 2 red belts trying to go through a yellow belt. Build this one first, please. No, you fool. No, you fool. Thank you. Yeah, now it's full. Now it should be using both of these at... Yeah, okay. So this should get us slightly more scrap. 4.9, 4.4, well, 4.49 3 times. It's 13 and a bit. Plus 3, plus 2, plus 2. Yeah, this is still not going to consume a whole belt, but we can add some speed modules to it. I can build them by hand. That's good. Oh wait, no, you can build modules in the foundry, but my foundries are busy. I was going to do it in the foundry, seeing as they've sort of got crafting speed of 2 and 5 module slots, but let's turn transport line gaps off. Let me put it on the actual debug mode, because that is one of the things that yeah, there it is. Yeah, there we go. That's one of the things I want to see when I press F5 to go into debug mode. Which is kind of cheating, kind of not cheating. I don't really know how to feel about it. Some of it is cheating, for sure. Some of it is definitely cheating. Like, if I go to Nowvis and turn on debug mode, I can see very, very important things like expansion candidate chunks. So if there were any expansion candidate chunks in the base, I would know that I've not eradicated the biters from the base. And it also tells me that they don't like to expand near your structures. They'll expand past it, but they don't like to expand near it. And they also don't like to expand next to existing biter bases. So there's clearly a bite. I mean, because I've got the radars down, it's actually explored all the chunks anyway, so I'm not really getting any extra information here, to be honest with you. But these are prime candidates. So it's probably this base, or this base might try and come this way or this way to get to these chunks. So that's definitely cheating. Pollution values isn't really cheating. Generated chunks is arguably cheating. So the game has generated these behind the scenes to varying degrees of complexity depending on how close you've gotten to them. But this also means that there's like no biters further than this. So if you somehow eradicate all of these biters, which you can do, because as the player moves towards the boundary, chunks get generated in the fog of war. But other entities, like I'm pretty sure if I drove the tank over here, it wouldn't do that. Wouldn't actually generate these chunks. But they may have changed that. That may be they maybe changed that for Space Age, or 2.0 rather, because that was a bit of an exploit you could do. You could basically eradicate all the biters by doing that. Unit territory patrol paths. Active forces. Don't know what that one does. Anyway. Okay, yeah, I'm going to call it a night. / jump on Mahjong Soul. Excuse me. Yeah, we've got a solid plan for tomorrow. Alright. Thank you so much for watching. Thanks for stopping by if you did stop by. If you're watching this on the VOD, then yeah, let me know what's going on. And just, yeah, watch this space, I suppose. We will see how I feel about the act of streaming on YouTube. I do like the sound of my own voice. I mean, let's be honest, all streamers must do, right? That must be a prerequisite. If you don't like the sound of your own voice, you're just never even going to think about doing it. No. Alright, okay, yeah, stop faffing around. GG's! Thank you. See you around. Goodbye.